Welcome back, everybody. HeroesHype Premier Series North America. We're looking across the pond again, and we are looking at the grand final right now. Inting for Globes on the left side against the good gang. And especially the red team was obviously successful in the last game that we casted here, the round of 8, with a pretty surprising victory over Team Freedom, who went into the series as the favorite. But let's see what the good gang can pull off here. Can they crown themselves the champion? Yes or no? Over to the left side, Winterharter on Johanna. We have Unaverted on Reyna, Valama on Uther, Funbuns on Leoric, and Ezreal on Li Ming. Over to the right side, though, we have the good gang with Legacy on Ana, Noah on Lunara, Vespertine on Zeratul, Centurion on Jaina, and BKB is playing a Nubarak again. And guys, this is actually pretty familiar, especially when you look at the Nubarak setup. He's played quite a bit of that. We have some interesting talents already taken on level 1. I mean, again, you would expect that. This is a different meta from what we're normally casting. Usually we're looking towards the European side more so than North America. But it's interesting to actually see the move unseen here on Zeratul. So that's an interesting setup. On a big map like Towers of Doom, it definitely is going to help you to cross lanes a little bit quicker. And I guess that's the whole idea behind Vespertine's choice here. But especially after the changes on Zeratul, we see more so Shadowhunter on level 1 to try and get the cooldown reduction after you complete your Globe quest for the auto attacks, which can be really powerful here. So it's kind of interesting to see this. At the same time now, Lunara in the setup, and we're having actually a little bit of a weird combo, I would say, for the good gang just to begin with. Because in a traditional lineup, you would see at least 2 frontliners, and if you glance over to the blue team, we see exactly that. Johanna paired off with Leoric, so a lot of crowd control for them already, and also wave clear. But then you only have Nubarak as the main the main blocker at the side. And with that together, you have Zeratul. So the entire idea here really seems to be that they're going to attempt to get kills pretty quickly and don't want to go into a longer sustainable fight against their opponent. They have the potential to go into Void Prison and Ring of Frost to blow someone up immediately. And on level 10, I guess there's a good chance we're going to see that combo. It's actually something that isn't really played in Europe anymore. Europe doesn't play Nubarak any longer either. Other tanks have taken over that position. And the setup with Void Prison into a Ring of Frost is actually also a little bit outdated, since most of the teams are by now pretty successful in dodging out on that, and it's just not as powerful anymore as it was previously. So well, with that we're already having again the Rending Cleave right there. And the rotation still between Zeratul in the middle of the map, Unaverted, is helping out with Jimmy. So there's no current, like normally we would have expected at least Leo to be the only one to rotate between 2 lanes. We're currently seeing none of that. Oh, Vespertine! That's nearly a kill, but the vision was lost to Unaverted as he moves into the shrub, and that saves him, but BKB also gets barely out of there. Yeah, a bit of a beating in the early game that we're seeing here from Inting for Globes. Like, they're definitely dishing out the damage. Noah on his Lunara is getting some value in, though. On level 4 went into the Blossom as well, and at least get that done. First objective spawning, which means that we're going to see very likely a 2-for-1 trade again. And in this case, I would be surprised if it's not the blue team that takes the lead here. It's a bit too early currently for the team in red to really make any big plays. But the cleave variation is going to be interesting. BKB double checking the shrub here, but it seems like they're actually going to get this one. Well, there's the interrupt. Winterharter comes in, gets a shield clear up to the top left, top right. We see the traditional exchange of bell towers, and here comes the blue team trying to claim the space at the bottom of the map around objective number 3 and attempting to get the lead on the coins on the core. On the course. So now we're having Johanna moving into, trying to zone that out a little bit. Leo actually attacked in the middle, but he's binding 2 hero to himself, which means that we're having a 4 versus 3 at the bottom of the map, and they're using it with actually really nice success. They're trying to make the play for Nubarak as he's attempting to stall this out. Ezreal on his Li Ming with a combo, trying to get the damage in, and Zeratul moves out. Leo still up at the top, and he's very likely to die here. Yep, Leo goes down. Lunara, with the damage over time, is able to secure the kill. But at the bottom of the map, the altar is still in play, and here we go, ladies. Once again, little play here for Zeratul as he's trying to escape. Centurion at the same time is dropping the Blizzard once again. Might have to go in once more. Li Ming immediately responding with a combo, but it doesn't hit it. Level 7 talents a little bit quicker for the good gang, and that's a huge advantage now in this particular fight. Already some adjusted talents. He has Unaverted is in trouble. Reyna trying to get out of here and is able to survive as Zeratul nearly pays for the aggressive play with his life. Level 7 talents, Chokin Pollen, not the Splintered Spear that is traditional in Europe. And we're having the Seeker in the dark now taken as well. But the Altar is still in play, and now it's level 7 on both sides. And we don't see Calamity, we actually have Seeker taken. Pretty rare in Europe. You sometimes, well, actually very rarely, you pretty much never see that played. If at all, then we've seen a couple of games on Battlefield of Eternity where that came through. But no Calamity is definitely interesting, especially against Zeratul here. At the same time, we're also having the Subdue and again the Aggression. No mana, by the way, on BKB, or at least very little on his Anubarak, so he needs to be careful too. Both of the teams still hold on to the bell tower on the left and right, and therefore also to the fountain, and can rejoin the fight here. But damn! I mean, seriously, that fight has been going on for ages. Normally, this is all said and done within a couple of seconds, but that third altar has been on for a long, long time. And again, BKB a bit isolated. Can they get a stun through, maybe? Windar is trying to go at least for the slows. Unaverted gets some damage through. His ace in the hole on level 1 is obviously synergizing very well here with everything that Johanna can offer. But again, another kill attempt here in the middle. Turning it around, and Lunara falls. But the kill against Leo is happening thanks to the damage over time. Nicely done. Pro Observer skills, by the way. Damn, son. Alright, at the same time, though, BKB again trying to zone it, but this time they have no chance. Nicely played by Inting for Globes. That was a pretty tough victory for them. But they were able to pull it off regardless, and now with the last few shots fired, we're looking at 32 against 36 points right here. Yeah, so well played. Pretty nice opening into all of this. I mean, this is the grand final, so obviously the teams are really going all out here, but that was a long drawn-out fight with both of them making very little mistakes as we're trying to get it. With damage output, we're having especially Jimmy doing pretty well here, but also Lunara, who obviously could soak a lot of damage against Leo in the meantime. Same Tynam all the way up to the top. There's the setup. With Leo again trying to get the experience through. Level 10 abilities are in, and with level 10, there we have it. Ring of Frost, and I guess we're going to see the Void Prison here. Very, very atypical right now in Europe. Europe has completely shifted their Zeratul plays into Might of Nerazim. Here's the attack. Oh, and Ana just gets wrecked. Gets completely destroyed. The Ring of Frost connects. Johanna still might be safe here. Noah comes in, wants the kill against Winterheart. Can't quite get it, and the Entomb locks her down. Bambi is dead again. Winterheart barely getting healed by Valaman, getting his own trade out to save himself for another second. Obviously, disintegrate for Li Ming as she's attempting to counter the cocoon from Anubarak as quickly as she can. But great play here from the blue team. Very well coordinated. The entire opportunity that it saw coming, initiated by Johanna with the Blessed Shield, the quick follow-up, and nicely done also from Leo, who waits for the move from Lunara before he's starting to get the kill in. But now the red team is countering in kind with a nice coordinated move against Uta and dropping the support just as the altars are about to activate. Well played. Nubarak needs to be a little bit careful with this. But still, keep in mind we have the nano boost also for Jaina. Fun Buns in a bit of trouble. Leo moving out and once more dying. Dropping a quick entomb here just to get a few more shots in. Ana dead, but the nano boost on Lunara. And holy hell, Li Ming gets murdered but is able to get the kill. And that triggers dominance and helps her to survive. The level 4 talent once more with mad value for Li Ming. She survives, and now they're making the play for BKB as Centurion and as Jaina is attempting to get the channel through on the right side of the map. But Leo's already moving in, trying to go for the interrupt. Cancelled and moving out. 1 4-shot set fired as we have the left altar channeled, and on the right side the same is happening now too. What a game! Like seriously, like what a game! They're just fighting all over the place. Going full NA here at this point. Mass aggression on them. And it's a pretty crazy setup. We haven't really seen a Zeratul combo just yet. But that's always a threat, of course, at this point. And this game is getting a little bit bonkers. Inexperience is still fairly even, and the same is true for the kill count. 5 against 4, there's not a big difference here. The teams are still very eager to go for the camps as they're rotating from one mercenary camp to another. In this case, even a bit of an invade. Fun Buns with the Entomb, trying to hold them long enough. Here comes the Ring of Frost. That one doesn't do enough. Anubara comes in too. Oh, the nano boost, but the noob is down and the resets tickle in for Liming. They're sacrificing Leoric at the front again, but that's not going to be of too much consequence for him. He's going to be back soon enough. With level 13 talents on both sides now. Moving first of all against Liming, the Greater Spell Shield for Lunara. And the Shroud of Edun now too. So getting a little bit of a shield here, as we are still seeing the Illusionist. And a massive pressure play now against the bottom bell tower. Nicely done. Taking full control over the bot lane, which is the most important lane on Towers of Doom, since you have 2 pumpkin camps that will travel through the bottom of the map. So it's highly important that you're trying to hold on to this particular bell tower, or to your opponent's lane, so that you can create additional pressure against them. Now with that, we're having altars spawning again. This time it's a single altar in the middle, actually. And here comes again the defense, as we're seeing an attempt to make the plays here. 4 more seconds for Johanna until she has her blessed shield back. So they could initiate another attack if they really wanted to. Looking at the damage output, we are currently looking at 21,000 for Jimmy. Lunara is sitting at 26, but she died 3 times already. The attack again as Leo comes in. Blessed Shield has been used too. BKB is low, but the Disintegrate does not secure the kill this time. Fun Buns on the channel. They're trying to interrupt, and it's too late. 5 shots fired right here. And the fight continues in the meantime as the Ring of Frost comes down, but it's not really successful. And I gotta admit that I'm a little bit disappointed. There isn't a lot of coordination on the red team at this point. We haven't really seen a setup with a good Ring of Frost after a Void Prison. It's most of the time really just the attempt of Jaina to lock someone down after a stun, which in and of itself isn't bad, don't get me wrong. But the real combo that they're trying to execute with this composition has so far not come through. And that might be able to blow a few of the targets away. If you're getting a good setup against Jimmy, against Liming, then you can definitely initiate more or less an insta-kill here. But so far, that combination has not really come through at all. So, we need to check out how this is going to work for them. We need to wait for that Void Prison. But so far, it hasn't really done anything. As it happens now, though, the experience is still that even. It's really the objective where the team in blue excels. Inting for Globes are currently far ahead when it comes to the points on the core. And let's not forget that with the additional bell tower at the bottom right of the map, they're still holding on to that bot lane. They have an advantage with 5 bell towers against 3. And that is working out nicely thus far. The damage from Centurion that gets dropped the entire time is slowly whittling the HP down on the bell tower, though. So there is definitely an attempt to reclaim it by the good gang. Single altar on the map gives another opportunity to Inting for Globes to put themselves even farther ahead in this game. But obviously, Altars of Doom is an incredible good comeback map. If you win a teamfight at the end of the game and you gain some momentum by dropping structures of your opponent, then you have a very good shot of making it back into the game. And just look at the mana here on the side of Johanna. Winterheart is nearly out, goes a little bit too deep and goes down. Centurion and BKB both nearly dropped, but the kill isn't there. The problem is with the bell tower still in the possession of the blue team, there's very little that they can do about the channel down here. And that's another 5 shots fired. And that's more than they needed. There's another cocoon though against Liming as she's trying to get out. Nice, good Divine Shield. Well played. They get the bell tower, the red team. But the altar has already been channeled. That's another 5 points down. 14 against 36 now. 16 for both sides in talents and level. But with this, we're now having still the Divine Shield just used to keep Liming alive. And it's 6 kills against 6 kills. When it comes to the kill count, the good guys are doing well. Their problem is really the control of the objective. Now when it comes to talents, we're seeing the unfair advantage now coming in. Obviously on level 16, the only true talent available here for Anubarak, Epicenter, Numbing Blast, and we have the Void Slash. So a lot of powerful talents for them for sure. But also we have Benediction now. Oh, Leo! Yeah, he wants to get that Entomb. Might still be able to get against someone here if they go all out. Mirror Ball has been chosen as well. And Panem Red for Jimmy, which is going to give him a little bit more sustainability. And there we have it. Void Prison, Ring of Frost, and it doesn't connect at all. Oh, that's unfortunate. 0 value out of the combo here. Nicely dodged. Now we're having the nano boost on the other hand. And Johanna gets wrecked by Blondie. There comes Jaina, gets a kill and makes it a double as she's dropping Uther too. Well played here. Really, really well done. Now with 2 kills, they have an opportunity to take this back. And guys, 3 altars are about to spawn on the map. This is maybe the comeback for the good gang. They're going in and they're dropping them. 3 heroes down. They're still fighting to take down Fun Buns. Azrael is still there with Li Ming, hoping for a reset. And they're still, of course, attempting to also secure that bell tower. The kill against Leo. No Calamity, no fun, but it doesn't even matter. He gets the kill against Lunara, and Dominance keeps him alive again. Damn, the Ming and the plays here, gotta admit, pretty impressive without Calamity to make such a big impact. But here's the channel. 1 channel already. I'm actually a little bit surprised that they didn't wait for the bell tower to be converted at the bottom of the map. It's 4 shots fired instead of 5. But there's another channel. This is another 4 shots. So again, not waiting since the opponent was drawing near. But here towards the top, that's 5. And guys, that's in total, that's 13 shots. That's all of a sudden 13 shots. Ooh, and that's a dead Leo. Fun Buns was trying to have a little bit too much fun there. He thought he was actually fine, but yeah. 23 against 14. So the question is obviously, why didn't they wait to convert the bell tower? And the answer is actually simple. Yes, we have full vision. They don't. They wanted to play it safe. They didn't want to lose one of the bell towers. If they delay, especially the one in the middle, for example, there's always a chance that your opponent is going to be arriving in time to interrupt it, especially with Leoric on the ground, and then can stall it out long enough for the rest of the team to make it back into it. So they played it safe. Could have maybe be trying to play a little bit more greedy here and be rewarded for it, but they're still massively ahead now. I mean, just look at this. They have nearly level 20, and level 20 is going to give them a big, big lead. They're still slightly behind when it comes to the points on the core, but they hold on to that bottom bell tower for a little bit longer. Even though I don't have a doubt in my mind that Inting for Globes is going to recover this one eventually, but the red team is definitely gaining some momentum here. With level 20 in their hands, 11 kills against 7, they're looking quite powerful, and they can still get these kills. And now with level 20, we're going to take another look at the talents here. First of all, the Nano Infusion is in. Intensifying Toxin comes through too. We're having the Ice Blink for Jaina and Rewind. And there's another double altar spawning. They make the play for Leo again, who is really eager to activate his trade value in this game so far. I mean, Leo has been dropped more than once here. Let's just put it like that. Israel comes in and they retake the bell tower just in time for the altars to be contested. They're half a level away from 20, and that's a problem. The attack against Unaverted. Nice cocoon against Uther, and even though Li Ming reacted immediately with a disintegrate, Jimmy was down before Uther could actually do anything about it. But there's the first channel. Leo snuck in, gets 4 shots in, and that's already worth it for them. 10 against 23. Ring of Frost, and Johanna looking frosty here, but the Divine Shield keeps her alive. Oh, Zeratul wants the kill still. Zeratul still sitting there and saying like, okay, we still got this, but, well, not sure how to tell you this, you don't. BKB, he's the one with the channel. He's the one who wants to get another 4 points annihilated from the opponent's team, and he gets it just before the bell tower gets converted again. 19 against 10. And level 20, nearly ready for Inting for Globes. They need to fight on eye level again with their opponent in those team fights. They've done well, considering that their opponent was an entire Storm talent ahead. But this is really the moment of truth right now. Redemption, Buried Alive, big game changer, both of them. And interestingly enough, the Temporal Flux at this point. Not going into Talrashas, Temporal Flux instead. Jimmy could go into the Execute here, of course, if he wanted to. A couple of options for him. And at the same time, Johanna with a Storm Shield. Blinded by the light. Her Storm Shield variation. And they're starting to jump in for it. Yep, Centurion is getting attacked. We're having the attempt to reclaim the bell tower. I mean, the good gang is still ahead with this, but they are still far behind on the objective. It's a close one, honestly. I mean, for a first game for the Grand Final, this is a pretty awesome opening, I gotta say. They're doing extremely well here. Damage output, 52,000 by Lunara. We're having 39,000. Look at Leo, by the way. 6 deaths on him already. Lunara with 4 deaths. Bambi at this point. And here... They're all just hiding right next to Zeratul, which is totally fine. It's like, please don't see me. So that kind of worked out for him. Nobody wondered why they couldn't move into that particular spot. I guess nobody really tried. So he was obviously fully hidden. Only one on the blue team that hasn't died yet is, by the way, Li Ming. And here comes the attack against Leo again. Stun after stun. Need to be careful. Fun Buns is getting at least something out here. And that's his ult. Blessed Shield coming in. Leo still alive. Rest of the team is joining the fun. And here comes the nano boost on Centurion's Jaina. But already the death of the Nubarak. And zoom. The laser show continues as Li Ming is looking for more victims. She takes down Lunara. But also the counter kill against Jimmy. But this time Jaina is getting dropped. And here's the channel. They're already trying to go for the interrupt. That's an easy one. That's an easy one right there. 3 shots fired only, though. Keep that in mind. It's 5 bell towers against 3. They're still dropping them down to 7. But in an ideal world, they would obviously attempt to now also get a little bit more done on the structure side. Another 3 shots fired. And guys, that's 4 points on the core. Boss is up. And they know that too. They immediately go for it, but the good gang, they can't do anything. They need to go for it right now, but they only have 2 heroes available. Here it comes, the buried alive, and Ana gets wrecked. Zeratul pretty much no chance whatsoever against 4 heroes remaining. He has to try though, needs to buy some time, needs to steal it somehow. No chance for him. That's a 5-man wipe against the good gang, and that is game. As Inting for Globes claims the victory in this best of 3 series, starting it off with a 1-0 lead against the good gang here at the grand final of the HeroesHype North America Premier Series. GG, and well played. Game number 2, everyone. Inting for Globes in the lead in the grand final of North America. And on the left side, we have the blue team with Winterheart on Arthas, again as the main tank. NA definitely liking their Arthas in the main tank role, whereas Europe, if they play him at all, usually have him on the side lane. Azrael on Hanzo, we're having Valama on Rega, Fun Buns on Blaze this time, should not activate the trait this often this time. Unaverted on Greymane. And over to the right side of the map, we are seeing the good gang down 1 map in this series here in Infernal Shrines with Legacy on Ana, Centurion on Alarak, and we have a Kalthas. Noah on Kalthas in the second game with BKB now on Johanna and Vespertine on Malthael. Alrighty, I am game for that one. This should be an interesting one. Now, if you're playing, again, in Europe, Kalthas pretty much doesn't get played on the highest level. If so, then Mene plays him, and Mene pretty much has quit Heroes of the Storm. I wouldn't really put it past him to appear in a tournament or 2 in the future, but generally speaking, he doesn't really play the game anymore and has focused on World of Warcraft Classic, which is actually where he originally comes from, World of Warcraft. So in this case, we've lost one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Kalthas player in the Western scene. But if you see Kalthas at any point, then it's normally either on Tomb of the Spider Queen or it is on this map. So those are the 2 where we sometimes have the hero still played on a higher level. But again, that happens maybe 1 in every 100 games, if so. And in this little setup now, we're having Kalthas, who can prove what he's capable of pulling off here. In addition to that, a pretty heavy melee front to protect him with Alarak, Malthael, and also Johanna. So that should really help quite a bit. The other team, I mean, I gotta say they have quite a little bit of control when it comes to the shrine itself. You run Arthas with a Frozen Tempest here, and in addition to that you have Blaze, who later on with a bunker can give you extra sustain. Greymane is great here too. But I kind of like what the red team is running, I gotta say. It's a little bit more unorthodox and not quite what you see in the European scene, but generally speaking, it's a decent setup for this map in particular. And I'm also a little bit curious to see what exactly we're going to get from Malthael. I mean, the rest of his build is going to tell, but we've seen a couple of games now in the past where Malthael was nano boosted and went into Tormented Soul and did a lot of work here. But the nano boost would also benefit, obviously, Alarak and Kalthas. There's a lot of good targets depending on the situation in the team fight where you can drop that. So with that, we're currently having level 4 talents coming in. With that we're getting the explosive arrows, so that helps a little bit for the control on the shrine. And also Frozen Wastes. So pretty normal setup for him. Also the range for Kalthas, I mean again, traditional Kalthas build would then also dropping more so into a Flame Strike focus. Kids at home, never take Convection in an actual serious game. It's a little bit of a Blizzard IQ test. Not a talent that you want to take there, believe me. Outside of ARAMs and quick match fun games. But Johanna is a little bit slower to pick up on the talent. We don't have hold your ground, by the way, on level 1, which is always a little bit surprising. Going into the Laws of Hope here definitely helps a little bit with the passive sustain and also the fights themselves. But hold your ground is pretty insane these days. So we don't currently get that from him. And here we have it, Die Alone already taken. So this is going to be pretty successful on the solo lane at least. And it's going to give Malthael a little bit more of a oomph. But with the first objective now announced, you could see that first team fight. And Malthael is currently trying to deal with that top lane. The camp has been taken a little bit later by the red team. So the good gang is trying to get a slight advantage out of this. And Funbuns is reacting to it. He has to. And he needs to stay here a little bit longer, which should give a 5 versus 4 to the good gang for at least a couple of seconds as they're starting to move in for this. Here down at the bottom of the map, 17-18 stacks against 8. Nice last hit that we just saw from the good gang. They're zoning them out, and especially Valamar on his little doggy has taken a bit of a beating. Yeah, so little runt of the litter has currently been bodied pretty hard. Top lane, there's still Blaze, so it's a 5 versus 4 down here, and the damage is starting to spread as the Living Bones are coming through. 28 stacks against 22. Now finally Blaze is on the move, but he might already be a little bit late to the party. 31 stacks have been accomplished by the good gang. They're looking good with this. They're trying to get BKB back to safety, but here's the damage coming through again from Kel'Thas, and they are closing in on the first objective. Mortar Punisher in their hands, double globe accomplished too. Top lane can still be saved. Actually, the Shaman was taken out, but we even have a kill attempt against Winterheart here, and it looks like that's going to be successful thanks to Kel'Thas. Yep, he's able to make it happen thanks to the gravity lapse and the extended range through his level 4 talent. BKB also surviving. That's a big success for them too. So they get the kill, they get the objective, and the Punisher just doesn't jump. And the wall is already gone. Punisher just doesn't give a shit. Just sits there and says, boys, I got this. Massive fail from Inting for Globes on the first objective here. Not only losing out on it, but then also failing to properly defend against the Punisher. And the good gang plays it perfectly. They get the entire fort out of this. This is insane. This is insane value for Punisher #1 with this lineup, and they are easily going through, putting some pressure onto the front wall here at the keep, and they're stealing camps away too. Great first one for them. Level 7 talents as expected with the Burned Flesh now on level 7. The Icebound Fortitude for Arthas, that's going to help him later on. And in addition to that, we're seeing now the Quicksilver Bullets for Greymane. Getting the basic attack range here, which is definitely going to be very helpful for him to stay a little bit farther in the back before he makes the Worgen commitment here. Camps are actually all going to be taken by the red team. They're literally trying to play this map red, to paint it red, but the top left, obviously, has been lost to them previously. But this is still nice experience for them. Mercenary experience in their favor. By now we have the Massacre 2. And level 10 abilities are a little bit closer. Quest completed for 2, and that actually means that we're seeing for Blaze now a pretty important setup, because now he has the Unstoppable ready for himself with the Pyromania. It's always great if you're going up against Gravity Lapse, against that Alarak setup, plus also in addition to that Johanna herself with the Blessed Shield incoming on level 10, very likely. Blaze is already sitting at the side here, waiting for the opportunity to lock someone down. But let's have this set. Oh, the lockdown against Hanzo. Yep. He gets totally wrecked. Last right. Oh my god. Like, damn, son. Arthas falls as well. They are just brutalizing them. The level 10 ability is doing so well here. Immediately the Blessed Shield used on the side of Johanna. And the good gang with 2 additional kills. 3 against 0. Just as we finally have level 10 for Inting for Globes. But this is a fantastic setup for the red team. They're getting 2 forts out of all of this. And the main reason why this is actually really important is because guess where the next objective spawns? Mid lane. Meaning that we have only one team who still has a wall, a retreat point, and a fountain. So the sustain on lane has been lost to Inting for Globes. So no matter what happens, level 10 is going to be, or the next fight is going to be advantageous for the good gang. A little bit of a delay here on the pick for Kel'Thas, which actually surprises me. I mean, in this setup, you would really think that Phoenix is going to be a safe pick for them. There's a little bit too much that... There is no way he picks Pyroblast. I mean, Pyroblast would be such a garbage talent here. Arthas can heal himself with the army. You have Ancestral on level 13, the shield from Rhaegar. In addition to that, you have a bunker out there. I mean, Pyroblast, there's so many ways to dodge that on the other side. That would be a very weird talent indeed. And especially with the zone control that you want to have on Infernal Shrines, you should go for Phoenix. Phoenix is pretty much always the better talent on that tier. But for now, we're having level 12 in there. Oh, there's the setup. And he actually went for Pyroblast. What? Really? Against Bunker, Ancestral, Shields on 13, and Arthur's Legion? Okay, fair enough. Let's see the nano boosted Pyroblast. Let's see how much value he gets out of this. That's definitely not what I expected here. But for now, actually getting them... their zone out Phoenix would have been so great here. But either way, 13 they are ahead. And by the way, 13 minion stacks. What is that gonna do? I mean, it keeps Greymid a little bit at bay, I suppose. They don't have a fountain in the middle. Rhaegar could always drop the Ancestral if he really wanted to, but they're so far ahead already at this point. So they easily get this one. 13 is already close. I mean, that's one of the big problems for the blue team. If they fight over this one, 13 would drop into the hands of their opponent during the battle. Then they have to fight against another advantage, so they decided that they would move away from that. So for now, we have the Arcane Punisher moving through the middle. And I cannot stress how far ahead the red team is. 2 forts down, continuous catapult pressure on those lanes. In addition to that, a talent advantage, level advantage. They're looking fantastic. They're trying to break through the small wall so that they can maybe even get an additional kill. There's I mean, there's kind of no chance that they're actually going to get... Ooh, Blaze is a little bit far out there. Okay, is able to move out for just a second, but a few of the heroes get wrecked! Yep, the last rites comes through a second, half a second before the Ancestral Healing comes through. Yeah, but Blaze definitely underestimated a bit the damage output and also the amount of sustain and CC that exists on the other side. Good arrow coming from Hanzo, despite the fact that it was a bit short. But they're trying to get the kill against Arthur's, barely surviving, I might add. But damn, 4 kills against 0, good damage on the wall. Ooh, can they get the kill? Nah, Unaverted gets out of here. Pyromania, used on level 13. Traditional Kel'Thas build, honestly. Traditional build for him. Ethereal Existence on Malthael, but yeah, still a big lead for them. And heading into the next objective, that might be a little bit of a better chance for the blue team to come back into this. I'm just a bit worried that they're going to fight a level 16 talent with only having level 13. I mean, let's face it, Inting for Globes has been playing on the back foot ever since the first objective turned against them and they lost the fort because of it. So, yeah. Well, let's see what else we're going to get from this one. First of all, we're having now another tool that can be used against the Pyroblast with the Earth Shield, as I predicted earlier. So that doesn't come as a shock. By the way, talking Pyroblast, you also have the Icebound Fortitude, which is obviously another huge deal here. But let's see what we have in damage. Kel'Thas with 19,000. Kind of what you expect, to be honest, at this point. I gotta admit that Malthael is pretty closer than I expected. But Kel'Thas should, at the end of the day, walk away with the top damage in this game. Unless we're going to see Malthael completely popping off with the cooldown reduction. They're trying to prep the top lane. And the scenario that I painted earlier is pretty much coming to pass now. We're having nearly level 16 and 2 levels still missing for Inting for Globes, which means the chances of them lacking a talent in the next fight are huge, unless they're getting a couple of kills now. And yep, there's a big arrow, and there's the kill against Johanna. And that gave nearly half level of experience to Inting for Globes. That's exactly what they need to do. With the underdog bonus here, if they can get kills, that would be great. Alarak getting nano boosted, getting some damage out. They're trying to get the kill against Windheart. Not working. And guess how much value that's gonna be? Zip. There comes the shield, exactly as predicted earlier. Level 13 shield is through, and once again, nothing actually done with this. So yep, second Pyroblast, second time it doesn't get anything for them. Talking about not getting anything, we didn't get a talent on level 13 for Blaze yet, who by the way has now to defend the mid lane since we're still having that catapult over here. So this is one case. There's the Fury of the Sun. Well, great for the objective too. Another great talent for the objective. It helps you even more with the control on the shrine. But thanks to the kill against Johanna, we're actually going to see Inting for Globes on level 16 during the shrine phase. If it wasn't for the Johanna kill, again, that Johanna kill gave them half a level. Half a level. They're still going to be a lead by, I mean, for the good gang, obviously, they're ahead. But it's not going to be an easy objective as they were probably hoping for. There's the attack again. Keep in mind that last rights is also back. Can be used again against Winterheart here potentially. Rhaegar doesn't have the Ancestral, and there's the kill. Down they go. Second stack acquired for the last rights. And that nano boost on Vespertine was definitely worth it. Great kill at the perfect moment in time. 5 versus 4 in their favor as they're going for the next objective here. Nicely done. Well played here. No Ancestral on Rhaegar was definitely a big problem here. And Rhaegar actually going into the Rising Storm now on level 16. The Talon comes in as the objective is still being fought over. But without 5 heroes on the map, there's little you can do with it. A little bit of a prep time also from Kalthas as he's starting to drop the damage. In this case, we also have the Remorseless Winter in. Executioner. A battle here in the middle of the map between BKB and Funbuns, who's already moving away. Now the lanes have to be protected since Catapults are obviously still pushing this, but as the red team is claiming the fort even before the Punisher comes down, you can imagine what the real goal is from the good gang. They want to keep here. They lost in game number 1 and it was a close call, but in this game they've taken an early lead and they, ever since that happened, held onto it with very few mistakes made. Once Johanna got caught and was getting dropped, which obviously cost them a bit of the advantage they had in experience, but now they are hoping to get even more at the top lane where they are trying to go for the keep itself. And they're playing well around this. They're starting to move in. There's also camps against them. Arrow doesn't hit anything. Does not connect as they're trying to force the fight. But the Punisher is having a field day with this. Not quite sure but they wouldn't push us over. But they get the kill against Kalthas. Johanna wasn't there yet. There's 2 kills. Arthur still falling. Ancestral on Greymane. But the kill against Blaze. And Rhaegar might die too. Rhaegar goes down. The Punisher just a bit too powerful. The thought process for Inting for Globes apparently was to force the fight as Johanna was not in the battle yet and fight a 4 versus 5. But obviously the Punisher jumping in and dishing additional damage out and stunning them out was a big problem with this. Nearly getting the kill against Greymane, by the way. Might still get the kill against Greymane. Oh my god! Ezreal barely moving away from the circles, as he could have died there too. BKB wants to have another tower and gets it. The keep is slightly damaged, but not enough yet. And we have now 8 kills against 3. 19 against 18. Still a level lead. 142 sadism for Alarak at this point in time. And on the damage numbers, we're seeing 35,000 for Malthael, who has actually surpassed Kalthas in this. Cooldown reduction on his ult makes it possible. And I mean, he is still working on that. I think he has 3 stacks, doesn't he? Yeah, sitting at 3 stacks. That's 15-second cooldown reduction for him now. Which is pretty impactful in those long and dragged out fight over the objective. Storm Talents, by the way, are close. Oh, yeah, they need to be careful here. There's a little bit of damage coming in. Good combo from Alarak. Do they have the damage? Malthael comes. There's the stun. Nicely done with a Howling Blast follow-up. And there's the Nano Boost. They're getting the Nano Boost onto Kalthas, and he gets the damage out. And there we have it. Greymane gets killed, but Kalthas also falls. Already the Blaze ult on the ground as they're trying to survive through the bunker. The problem is that we have another attack coming in, and that could be a kill against Winter. And it's the 4th stack for Malthael. 20-second cooldown reduction. Funbuns gets also caught as he's attempting to Hearthstone back, and that is not looking pretty for them. He tries to get the kill against Legacy, but Centurion on his Alarak is doing well, just zoning this out. The level 20 talents are in, and there's another delayed kill, and they're moving in to get the keeps at this point. In the middle, already some action. Vespertine moving to the top as they're trying to go for the double keep even. Rhaegar still has the Ancestral available and could maybe even use that, but the mid lane is getting pushed by another camp as the top lane is getting attacked here. Massive pressure against the team in blue, and the ult for Malthael is nearly back to business, but even without it, they get the kill against Rhaegar, and that should be at least 1 keep, maybe even 2. The staggered deaths against Inting for Globes hurting the ambitions of the red team a lot. This is looking more and more like we are going to see game number 3. 12 kills against 4 now. And with this, we're having 1 keep eliminated. Top keep getting attacked too. Malthael, as expected, has his ult back up, but the blue team is just cutting their losses here and saying, okay, boys, we won't be able to do anything about it. Both keeps down, 2-level lead. Massive advantage in kills, looking for the next objective and trying to steal all of the camps on the map away too. This is bad news for Inting for Globes. Bad news indeed. Kalthas is already getting the camp over here to the right side of the map. Doesn't even take it yet. They can time that. They're stealing the left away though. 39 globes for Kalthas. 165 sadism now for Alarak. And 4 stacks for Malthael. Which means 20-second cooldown reduction on his heroic ability. Yeah, he's looking fantastic with this. And they're getting it. They're getting the objective perfectly timed. They take another camp here, which means that we're going to see pressure through the top lane with catapults and a camp. The same through the middle. Level 20 isn't there for the blue team. They need a few more seconds for it, but they should have it just in time for their fight. Oh my god, if he dies, that would be a disaster. Blessed Shield dodged on the other hand. Good trade. Very good, nice trade from Funbuns. Dodged the Blessed Shield through the Unstoppable. And here it comes. Level 20 abilities are in. Farseer's Blessing. It's been a hot minute since I've seen that. Here comes again the Pyro! And it did nothing. Absolutely nothing. And the attack comes through. Here comes again Blaze, the bunker. The Ancestral is absolutely perfectly timed. Winterheart eats the damage, but still Greymane falls. Last Rites didn't get the kill, but it doesn't even matter at this point because the rest of the team, they get everything. Rhaegar down, so is Greymane. The doggies are dead, and even the game freezes at this point. Not sure what that does, but, well, apparently we are looking at a scenario in which the game decides that it's just going to stop this. I'm not quite sure what else is happening here, but I didn't pause it. So guys, I mean, there's just no doubt about how this is going to end. This is game. This is the end of it. With 4 already down, Blaze pretty much not able to do anything. Already the top lane pushing through with catapults and the middle here taken as well. This is going to be an easy victory right here for the good gang against Inting for Globes. We're going to see game number 3. I personally don't know what exactly happened with the game here, but this is obviously the conclusion, so we're at the end of it. This is game 3, easy victory for the good gang after they got 16 kills against 4 and a fantastic team fight over the last objective. GG and well played. Game on, everybody! Game 3, and I'm not quite sure how to say that, but we are playing on Hanamura, also known as Shitamura. Not really a map that I expected to see today, but as it happens, it is getting played here. And to the left, we have Winterheart on Uther, Funbuns on Blaze, Unaverted on Hanzo, Valamar on Oriel, and we're currently looking at Ezreal on Li Ming again. Second time in a row, actually. Also interesting to see a double support setup. I guess Uther is played as a typical North American tank. They like to play him in a tank role, but still. No on the right side for the good gang on Gul'dan. Legacy on Ana. Centurion on Greymane. Vespertine on Rhaegar. And BKB on Nubarak. Alright, let's go, boys, and see what we can actually pull off in this game. Already a little bit of a tri lane up at the top and 2 heroes down at the bottom of the map. Obviously, the advantage of having Uther as the main tank second support is that you also have a lineup in which you have a support on every lane, which is actually pretty cool if you think about it. I mean, it really helps with the setup that we're having on the build here. Gul'dan, interesting enough, and for the Pursuit of Flames. We've seen that a few times now in the North American scene. Didn't go for the Echo Corruption, but makes the adjustment here. At the same time also the Searing Light from Oriel. And Oriel actually coming back into the pool a little bit after the changes that Blizzard has put in. So she's more... well, she's more so a support that really wants to participate in the battle instead of just sitting safe and giving the trade over to a particular hero to grant her additional hope. It's a little bit wrecked here, honestly, by the Samurai, as you can currently see here. So was still in the circle as she was attempting to move out from this one. But both of the teams are starting to go for the first few camps. And, well, that's the first one already taken. We're having up at the top, same exact play. And teams are already starting to ping the remaining ones. And one's taken away right here. So, well, in this case, they're starting to make the move straight in. Oh, the kill against Gul'dan comes quickly. Vespertine gets also wrecked, and there we have it. An easy kill against Rhaegar. So yeah, vision taken over here. We have the Samurai already at the bottom, walking through. Oh, an orb build. We already talked a little bit about the build that he used in game number 1, where he went not into Calamity, but instead into the missiles. And now we're actually going to get an orb build set up on the side of Li Ming. And A never change. Uther main tank for them, Li Ming with orb builds, and A is going NA again. But yeah, they get some value here at the bottom of the map, breaking through the entire gate pretty much. as up to the top lane, as you can tell. We're having Fun Buns currently defending as much as he can. Level 4 abilities are in, and still the fight over Vision as we're coming in. But that puts a target onto BKB. Yep, bullseye right there. They're still claiming the position, and they get the next kill against Gul'dan. Holy hell. 4 kills against 0 and a 1.5 level lead as the first payload is announced. Damn! They are getting kinda wrecked here. Now, once that... Oh my god, the Rhaegar gets also isolated at the top, and there is no way he's gonna get out of this one. Nope, that's gonna be a kill one way or another. He might be able to delay it a little bit, but that's the most that he can hope for. And that's the only thing that he's hoping for here. Run, little doggy, run! And he's like, I can do it! Yeah, I'm sorry, but you won't be able to. There's the kill finally. Now, once level 7 comes in, the one thing that we still are going to find out is if we will see at least Calamity for Li Ming. Now, there is obviously an AWP build variation where you go into the level 4 and level 16 talent, but you still go for Calamity on level 7, which is kind of fair. I mean, you get a little bit of value out of that for sure. Yeah, we have the Triumph for it, so it's actually the ranged element, but he goes into Seeker! Okay, so very, very exciting build that we're seeing from North America here. The objective at this point is already, the payload is getting pushed forward a little bit as they're starting to move in. But I gotta say, NA has some exciting talents, to say the least. Now, with level 7, we have 5 kills against 0 right now, which in and of itself is pretty crazy. Payload is still getting pushed around, top to the left and left to the top. But the experience still comes in. And honestly, with that much of a kill advantage, you're going to look at a very early level 10 ability for Inting for Globes. They won game number 1 in this series. They took it on Towers of Doom, but on Infernal Shrines, it was a completely different ballgame. I mean, honestly, the Good Gang played fantastic there and did a great, great job securing the 3rd game. But the start into the 3rd game was pretty brutal from their perspective. It definitely didn't go well for them. And now we're having an attack over here for the fortification camp. Trying to go for BKB again. Here comes the drain, and everybody is starting to jump in on this one. And this is going to get rough, especially if Greymane gets locked down. And Nubarak is the first one to die. It was actually Hanzo that came down there for the kill. And Nubarak has been bodied throughout the entire game. Not only him, I mean, look at this. 2 kills against 3 of the heroes. And oof, nearly the setup against Gul'dan again. But at least with the... I mean, both of the sides have gone for the samurai section. And with the get the fuck out of here move from Balamar, we are actually seeing the first 4 taken down, and all the way up to the top. They're having a save, at least for now. Yeah, they're saving that, and they're getting another kill. Damn. 7 kills against 0. They're getting murdered. Level 10 abilities are there. They have a 2-level lead right now. Big boy arrow! And the kill against Rhaegar. The dog gets kicked again. They are just not showing them any mercy here. What a stomp in the early game. 8 kills against 0. Guys, this is a little bit nuts. Objective so far has been pretty much ignored. Nobody really went for that. And now we're having an attempt from the blue team to finally go for it. With the advantage that they have, that's pretty much a guarantee. But there's just poking all over the place. And this is getting bonkers. Samurai camp, obviously a high focus from both of the teams, as this thing is just insanely strong, as we've now seen multiple times. But only 1 fort has fallen thus far. There's the attack again against the Nubarak, but with half a level missing until level 10, there's just no way that they're going to make a play for this one. Alright. There's the move again. How's it going in? Shots fired, baby! And the damage is in. Yep. And with this, we're actually having, first of all, the fort taken down at the top. Sorry, the fountain taken down, which is pretty incredible. And at the same time, also, the fort pretty much reduced to rubble. Again, bot lane. They're starting to go for it again. And that's a 2-level lead right now. That's the red team. Oh, Nubarak is dead again. Damn, I mean, seriously. BKB is just getting slaughtered in this game. Absolutely slaughtered. By the way, if you look at the mercenary experience, there is a massive advantage for the blue team. They're missing the arrow here, but they still might get the kill against Centurion. Ancestral keeps him alive a little bit longer. Here comes the bunker to block his path, and that's a kill against Greymane. Nano boost on Gul'dan is, well, maybe giving them a counter kill. Divine Shield is saving them for now. And there's the kill again. 11 kills against 0. But yeah, look at the difference in experience. 5,000 hero experience against 0 since the Good Gang didn't get a single kill yet. But the mercenary experience is actually huge in this game. Yeah, on this map, mercenary camps are just absolutely crazy. Talking about camps, another one taken over here. And they are just massively ahead. They even steal the samurai camp away from the opponent right now. And this is insane. 7,000 against 2,700 at this point. It's a little bit bonkers. There's another... What's happening here? 12 kills against 0. This is a total disaster. 13 kills against 0. 14. Wer hat noch nicht, wer will nochmal? They're going for legacy, and that's the death of Anna, and now they're getting the doggy maybe as well. This is getting insane. Guys, this is a 4-level lead nominally. 15 kills against 0. And they're just completely destroying them. Vespertine is on the run here, and oh, can they even interrupt him? Oh my god, please. Oh, no! Oh, the poor dog. Alright, they bully him around a little bit, but they can't actually get the kill. But instead it's just camp after camp after camp after camp that is getting taken here. That's insane. It's honestly insane. Let me look at the damage output for just a moment. 24,000. Li Ming is sitting at 16k. Big arrow! And it flies straight to North America. Chin! A little bit of a weird jump that he just made there. But despite the fact that the arrow didn't hit, it's 15 kills against 0, and how do you recover from that? I mean, the good thing is, if the red team ever gets a kill, it will give them a massive amount of experience because of the underdeck bonus. But let's see. Over here, another hit. Self-sustain is obviously there with the double support that they have. Big attack against the top, and that's another 4 down. 2 eliminated. 3-level lead still. It's a beating. It's an absolute beating that we're currently seeing. And the good gang has to kind of try to come back into this. And I mean, they have the tools. They have the damage at least. They're looking at Greymane with level 10 abilities now in their hands. That at least is giving them something. But let's see if they can actually pull something off here. For now, we're having the fight over the objective. I mean, that's something that could definitely help them. But what Inting for Globes is apparently looking for is the level 16 before they're even doing anything. There's a Nubarak jumping in deep for an attack. They're even moving away from it. They're not even taking the fight here. Level 13 is soon going to be ready for them. And the kill against Gul'dan. Li Ming. No mercy from her. So they get the kill. Now they have level 16 talents on top of that too. Which gives us, in this case, also the Reservoir of Hope. The Mirror Ball and Benediction. Another camp taken. Again, a 4-level lead. They were ahead by 2 talents for a few seconds, guys. And they're going for the Samurai camp again. Right there. And how do you stop them from getting it? I mean, seriously, you can't take that fight. Hanzo is currently waiting. He has the arrow back up again. Could also drop it here if he wanted to. In comes the Cocoon. They're fighting over it. Boom. The arrow connects. And there's Li Ming with the damage. Sim, the laser show starts. Divine Shield on Uther. They're taking the camp. And they are also, well, likely going to take a lot of damage against the keep at the top. By the way, with all of that said, they're still trying to go for the objective here slowly and steadily. But counterattack, maybe unaverted. Can they get the kill? Are they going to get the perfect game here? Samurai is dropping the keep topside, by the way. Ooh, the heal from Ana. Yeah, that one was needed. This thing is starting to murder, and it does. Half HP already lost, and we're talking about a 10-minute game right now. Just imagine when that actually starts to scale here. So with this, we're having still the position set up down here at the bottom. 16 talents are in. Here comes the jet propulsion, missing this time. That might be the chance for the red team to get a kill, but they can't. The double support is just too strong for now. Heroic abilities. Only Li Ming is there. We still have an Aegis coming up in just a couple of seconds. But they're fighting over this. Top lane gets still attacked, by the way. Top lane keep is still in trouble on the red team side. The good gang, they have a problem here. And also, they're eating more damage. BKB is running out of mana. He's low. Whereas the stun is at 40 HP and barely survives, but he gets away for another second. Then Hanzo's arrow connects, and that's a kill. That's a double. That's a triple, baby. Gul'dan down. Rhaegar and Nubarak are dead too. 19 against 0 kills, 4-level advantage for a few seconds again, and they're going for the objective as the top lane gets pushed in once more. What an utter disaster for the good gang. Honestly, if they bring this one back, that would be the comeback of the century. This is insanity. 19 against 0 in the 3rd game of a grand final. And they're going topside with the catapults. They should have an easy drop against the keep. If the catapult ever makes it. Yeah, Hanzo gets a little bit of damage in. There's the attack. Blaze comes in and helps out with it too. And there we go. There's at least the cocoon. And the attack comes in. That's a Horrify. That might be a kill. It should be a kill. It could be a kill. Aegis is still up though. And the Divine Shield comes through first. Yeah, but the heal on Greymane. Can he get the kill again? No, he cannot. Blaze survives. Down go. Finally, Oriel is dead. Oriel is dead, ladies and gentlemen. But so is Rhaegar. So is Greymane. The objective can still be taken. And Nubarak also falls. I don't even want to show how many times these guys died. There's another arrow that doesn't connect. But the shots are getting fired. 11 in total. They're going for the camp again. Windardas get attacked at the top. And they get the kill against Anna. Yep. Anna is gone again. And so is Gul'dan. This is just rough. 6 deaths, 7 deaths on Gul'dan, 6 on Nubarak. Shots are getting fired again. The keep is nearly down. This is just brutal to watch at this point. They're going for objective after objective, camp after camp. I mean, just look at the experience lead that we're having right now. That's 11,000 mercenary experience against simply 4,000. That is just insane. And they're not stopping, and why would they? They paint the map blue the entire time. They go from camp to camp, taking all of that down. It's 24 kills against 1. This is a lesson in how to play Hanamura, if anything. Inting for Globes with just an insane game. An insane game. After game number 2, they were literally just looking at this saying like, alright guys, let's stop fucking around here. Let's go for it and drop these kids. That's exactly what they're doing. Half a level away from level 20. Here comes the 16 versus 16 fight though. Gul'dan isn't there yet. Core is getting attacked as we speak, but shouldn't really suffer too much damage. And they're retreating. There's honestly no reason for Inting for Globes to fight. Granted, they have a stats advantage, but why would you fight if you're so close to level 20? They can easily move back from this. Nano boost already got dropped, so that's in. They can play this a little bit safe. There's continuous catapult pressure to the top lane right now. Gul'dan continuing, by the way, with his Fell Flame build. Rampant Hellfire now taken. Also the Executioner here. And full-on focus into the Lightning Shield, actually, from Rhaegar. Earth Shield, Rising Storm is level 1 and 4. Also committed to it. And here comes the attack again. 20. So close right now. Yeah, they're trying to get something done. The Good Gang is doing everything correct here, considering the position they're in. They have to push while they are still on even talents, but now they are falling behind again. Arrow doesn't connect. Well, there's at least the cocoon against Li Ming. The attack against, well, Blaze, but that's the first save. Divine Shield comes out too. Horrify doesn't do anything for them. And here comes the attack. They're going for BKB. They're going for Gul'dan, and they might get the kill now. Noah is low and might fall once again as BKB gets some epicenter value. But there's the bunker, and there's the kill, and Nubarak is dead. And he's not the only one. Gul'dan follows shortly after. Vespertine again is on the run here. And Rhaegar should actually die too. Greymane is the first one to fall though. Anna is also attempting to escape, but I don't think that she can make it. And that's 4 heroes down. Core gets attacked again, and they're moving through the bottom lane straight against the keep. 28 kills against 1. It is insane. The keep is down and they aim for the core. This should be the end of the game in the series. The grand final at the HeroesHype Premier Series North America is about to end on Hanamura, as we have the blue team mercilessly moving through the Good Gang like a hot butter through cheese, and they're going straight in for the victory. GG and well played, as Inting for Globes takes the victory in the tournament.